I went out of ideas. So we'll check it out a video by Prada Productions, AEW vs WWE. I think both shows are good, but let's see what Prada Productions has to say.
Fans have been joining sides and basically declared a war between Vince McMahon and Tony Khan's company.
Fact!
You're either an AEW warrior or a WWE veteran. It's actually quite funny how serious these people take this thing online. I've deleted my Twitter, so I really haven't seen it in a while, but I'm sure it's still the exact same thing. Today,
yes, it is.
The debate will consist of 9 different main components and categories. I hope you all do remain peaceful when having your own discussion in the comments below. Please don't just yell at each other.
Toy car! The owner of AEW.
7,000 likes. I'm just gonna make a crazy goal. The next video will be what if Planet Productions booked an AEW versus WWE storyline, because I know a lot of you.
Oh, yeah, please. Oh.
Battle begin.
Watch again.
The first thing we need to talk about is the wrestling that takes place between each show. Both companies heavily focus on the in-ring action. While AEW does have
got attack.
Kenny Omega, Adam Page, and other great names,
that's why he
have the all-around better wrestlers from the bottom to the top of the card. AEW's roster can sometimes get a little sloppy and botchy, which isn't a great look for the national television program. While they do have some awesome matches, I'm not going to deny that, those bad matches really bring down the wrestling overall. WWE wrestlers, on the other hand, really hold their...
AEW have been around for like a year, so give them time to
craft. Not many people botch, and everything feels a lot more smoother. Also, WWE talent sells a lot more whenever they do get hit, and they don't have a spot fest in every match. There's definitely a much better pace under Vince McMahon's leadership. This could possibly change since AEW did open up a facility recently, but until then, WWE's wrestling is shockingly better right now, giving them the lead.
AEW for real. AEW because WWE programs feel they feel so scripted. Yep, I think so got the HAD and growth where all the Inside the World podcast and talk about the WWE booking of here and we're not going to start with that.
This one is a no-brainer.
Yeah,
AEW
of
has
course.
Better promo work, and it's not even close. Tony Khan allows his wrestlers to go out there and cut off their promos rather than giving them pretty terrible scripts.
Fact.
So many people who left WWE complain about the red
but so got get
They let their wrestlers be more free. These are professionals. The talent knows what they are doing. I'm not going to say all the promos are bad. Some people like Drew McIntyre, Bayley, AJ Styles, Styles, Daniel Bryan, and Sasha Banks can give us something good. But even then, they're a little subpar. When you flip the channel to TNT, the segments and promos are honestly the most fun thing to watch. Jake Roberts gave us one of the most savage lines when he made his debut to the company. Chris Jericho has been doing the best work of his career.
Yes!
MJF is giving us the best promos we've seen in the
Yeah.
last decade.
Yeah, LGF should be competent for the AEW title. Yep. Heel opaque.
I think I would be happy if he was able to cut a promo every single week. I don't get bored of him, to be honest. AEW easily gets this point. The next most important part of a wrestling show has to be the production of it. There's many different factors that play a role into this point. I think it has to do with camera work, the arena, the logos, the colors.
Oh
the
yeah!
sound, and the
Don't forget me get shot out on the musical chicken battle. What? What? You told me the efforts here for no reason. I will like to see bad to deal and they only into go. We you guys
tone of the show. This seems to be like something WWE should win, but I'm going to give it to Tony Khan's show Dynamite. It is a much better show to watch than Raw and SmackDown.
Facts.
The simplistic and edgy feeling we get from the production team. I've been very loud about not liking the way that WWE handles or produces their show. Raw and SmackDown are way too overproduced. Eric Bischoff says it best when he says that WWE feels way too polished. I'm watching wrestling, not a soap opera.
Yeah,
AEW
facts.
keeps it simple, adds guardrails.
This ain't got savable hospital. This is pro wrestling in WWE.
Has less camera switches and just feels like the darker and grittier show. The company does sometimes make mistakes here and there with the audio or whatever the case may be, but I'd rather deal with those little tiny mistakes than the CGI we see on Raw. AEW is the winner of this category. AEW and WWE are two of the biggest wrestling shows in the nation right now. They are both on the biggest networks. The companies invested millions of dollars. It is only right if they act professional. The question is, which company is better at dealing with this kind of thing? And the answer is that WWE is by far much more professional between the two companies. AEW sometimes acts way too childish. There are so many times when they try to take a shot at WWE, and honestly, it's annoying at this point. What's even worse is when Chris Jericho and Tony Khan have to bring up the ratings board or mention their demo rating. This just makes them feel like
Tony
they're
Khan!
not a good look for the company. WWE never really says anything bad about AEW except for that one time that Triple H did take a shot at the Hall of Fame.
Say, oh, what you can actually you can even actually about AEW and the whole WWE folks. God damn guys.
But honestly, AEW wasn't even a company at that time. They just held like 2 pay-per-views. It's nothing compared to the AEW roster and the shots they take. I think they do need to tone it down a bit. They bring out this toxic nature from their fans as well. the more their fans see them doing it, they're just going to repeat it. Tony Khan needs to be professional and also hold his wrestlers accountable, in my opinion. WWE gets this one.
The weirdest defense. Ooh, that is a tough walk, but I will where I will go to give it to AEW Go WWE. AEW Go WWE. Let's see what do he got to say.
We really have to talk about the weak AEW Women's Division. It is possibly the worst booked division in all of pro wrestling right now. I don't know how Kenny Omega is doing that bad of a job. He's a great wrestler, but clearly I couldn't care less for the division. The matches feel irrelevant. There's no important feuds or storylines going on right now.
Fact.
And the title even looks like a joke to top it off. WWE's Women's Division on Raw.
Yes, the AEW where your championship look like a fucking coat that you can walk around with.
And SmackDown are much better. I do think NXT's division is the best right now in the world, but if we're strictly talking about the main roster, even that is much better than AEW. The women are given so much more time in the ring and with storylines, and the talent is just much more superior. Also, I really like how the titles look. It's pretty simple and it looks the same as the WWE Championship, but the white strap looks pretty nice with it. WWE's women are so good that they even main event some pay-per-views and become the main focus of a show. AEW needs to rebuild their entire division because it's horrendous right now. WWE wins the point in this round.
The tag team division! AEW, oh my god, don't even get started. All the tag team defense and AEW, holy shit, they'll the three prophets are barely on TV at all.
On the contrary, we should also talk about the tag team division. And if we're going to be honest, similar to the women's division for AEW, WWE's tag team division is also bad.
Yes,
the company
facts.
doesn't really put any time or effort into their
They don't.
It's a shame because tag team action can be so good. AEW fully understands this and created the greatest tag team division in the world, and it's not even close. If we are going to give WWE a point for their women's division, it is only fair to counteract that point by giving AEW a victory for their tag team division.
3-3. Feel so. What do you mean by future production?
The future of a company is really important. A wrestling promotion needs to focus on their youth. It is crucial to build stars at a young age so you have a good foundation for the next few decades. WWE has a good future, but I think they fail at building up young stars until they do get a little bit older. AEW doesn't appear...
Yes. Yup. Bitch, what?
Be afraid to take these risks. They spend a ton of time on so many young wrestlers in the company, with people like MJF, Adam Page, Cody Rhodes, Jungle Boy, Jon Moxley, Ricky Starks, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Brian Cage, and the list goes on and on and on. AEW's future looks a lot brighter than WWE's. I think Vince McMahon needs to dedicate much more screen time to these NXT and young stars in WWE. Right now, though, Tony Khan's future looks like it has a lot more potential if he wins this round in this category. If you watch my previous videos, you should know that I believe the mainstream media is important when it comes to wrestling or any other show you want to build. I think the Attitude Era was such a success because of their ability to appeal to a wider audience. Right now, WWE definitely appeals to the bigger audience versus all elite wrestling. Cody Rhodes went out and said that AEW wants to focus on their niche and really build a company for only wrestling fans, and I can't disagree anymore with that. It's important to drive new viewers if you want to build a successful and sustainable show. If you take a look at a wrestling show from WWE, most of their fans vary from families, men, women, young children, and teens of all ages. AEW, on the other hand, has mostly hardcore wrestling fans.
Yeah. I
think if AEW wants to continue to grow, it's important to also target these other demographics. Vince McMahon ties it at 4-4 with AEW.
Who will that?
I think if AEW wants to continue to grow, it's important to also target these other demographics.
Who will that way? Where if I got backstage to until Bautista dressed the wood. What's this? I was so jealous.
Vince McMahon ties it at 4-4 with AEW.
What so?
And the last category is comparing the rosters. This is a very difficult choice to make since I truly believe both rosters are full of great and talented wrestlers. Since both rosters do have a ton of talent, I'm going to have to give it a tie. However, I don't think we should necessarily want a tie because that's kind of whack. No one really wants to do that. I think there needs to be a clear-cut winner. Therefore, let's talk about how well the rosters are being utilized. If we do have to choose who uses their wrestlers better, it has to go to AEW.
Of course.
Has ruined so many wrestlers in WWE.
Yes, got the access. Yup. I don't put that on authority on. He fits get very don't get access. You hold here, folks. Fix, very don't access.
That I have an entire series about it. Take a look at Nikki Cross, who was a legit badass and psycho in NXT versus her role in WWE. And even Aleister Black is being repackaged, which makes me so upset.
Yeah.
Literally a star in the making. Why are you going to ruin that?
Facts.
Tony Khan, on the other hand, allows his wrestlers to express their best ability, and it is paying off. Look at Matt Cardona. He looked so much better in his one AEW appearance compared to his last 7 years in WWE. That should be enough to tell you which roster is better. AEW wins this battle by the slim margin. I think both shows have their overall strengths and weaknesses, but AEW does get the extra edge just because of the overall enjoyableness of the product. I have more fun watching AEW than WWE, and for that reason, they are the winner. Now, you can all go off in the comments below and pretty much just have a battle. You know, let the war begin. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Let the war begin. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make
wow, so get go what you got want me to react to that. as always, I am on the uphill